we're back.
Second half of our NFL season preview.
Second half of the Dirt Digglers Shitty Sports Show annual Why Your Fucking Division Sucks. Sports extravaganza.
Right, yeah. So we've made some halftime adjustments. We're ready to hit it strong.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the NFC West.
Oof.
All right, look, I'm not gonna lie, man. That Rams team looks scary on paper.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Look at all the people they brought in on defense.
Yeah. So other than Aaron Donald, every last one of those guys are absolute head cases.
Like Ndamukong Suh,
Head case.
Marcus Peters,
Head case.
Aqib Talib,
Giant head case. Like, I cannot wait for the shit that comes out of the locker room.
And not only that, but all the guys they brought in addition to giving, big contracts to Donald and Todd Gurley.
They paid the fuck out of Gurley. They just paid the shit out of Donald, and he was the highest paid defensive player ever until Max signed his deal.
Yeah, like for a couple of hours, he was
Yeah.
the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. But, seriously, they have no money after 2020.
They're looking to win now.
They are, and I guess they've recognized they have a short window to generate buzz for that new stadium.
Which is a problem because Mike Zimmer absolutely pants the shit out of him last year.
Oh, yeah.
And then Atlanta gave him the business.
In the playoffs.
In L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the playoffs. So when not even Mike Smith, who's the fucking head coach for Atlanta now?
Dan Quinn.
When Dan Quinn comes in there and shits in your Wheaties. Basically,
he is the owner of the two biggest Super Bowl chokes in NFL history.
So here's the thing, right? The Rams are an immensely talented team when you look at their starters, right?
Yeah.
I don't believe they have any depth whatsoever. So if these guys start going down, they're basically kibble. But their biggest asset is also their biggest liability in their coach, right? He's very innovative, but he got out-schemed by those other coaches.
Yeah, he did.
He got out-schemed. For a guy who can sit there at a whiteboard and draw plays up like he's in a sandlot, which is very endearing, by the way, it did not bode well because he can't really strategize. He's still very tactical in how he goes about things.
Yeah.
Right? He's still very much like a coordinator.
I think the other thing that kills me about this team is the fact that all that money they threw around, and then in a couple of years they're going to have to pay Jared Goff, and they can't probably do it.
They're going to eat a shit ton of dead money.
And there's no draft picks.
Like I said, they're in win now mode.
There's no draft capital.
There's not. So they put themselves in a bad spot for the future. But if they can pull some shit off now,
they can bring home a trophy. It'll
all be worth it to them.
Because then if you bring a trophy to L.A. and you open up a new stadium as, I don't know, the defending Super Bowl champions,
nobody cares.
Yeah, but they'll at least bring enough back to return of a return on the investment to justify having a team in LA.
So it will validate Kroenke, and I can't have that happen.
No, I know exactly, because they won't have any money in 2020, and the locker room chemistry is.
Dude, I can't wait. Till they have. What the fuck did I say about this one? This team that tears itself apart at the seams over the football equivalent of a spilled latte.
Oh my God! Yes,
these guys are some of the most volatile personalities in the sport. Like, all that's missing is Perfect.
I mean, seriously.
Seriously, like Pac-Man Jones and Perfect. Once you add them, then you have like the all-star defensive head.
The Monstars
head case. I mean, on the defensive side, because their offense is Gurley and Goff, or they have.
They got Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks now. They got rid of Tavon Austin.
Well, but do they know? Does Brandon Cooks know he's been traded to L.A.?
I don't know. Someone should probably wake him up and let him know he's been traded.
Yeah, I know, because he's still got that ringing sound in his head from the Super Bowl.
You might have to text it to him, because he might not be able to hear you, because his head's probably still ringing from Malcolm Jenkins. Bless him.
I know, it sucks.
That hit would be. I believe that hit might still be legal this year, because he didn't hit him with the helmet. He hit him with the shoulder pad.
No, it was just a turn and burn kind of hit.
Fucking smoked his ass.
God
damn.
Noob.
God damn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy. But yeah, I can't wait for this Rams team to tear itself apart by mid-season.
Yeah,
it's going to be glorious, really.
You think so?
Glorious. I mean,
glorious.
Someone should write a fucking book after the shit that's going to come out of that locker room, dude.
Pretty much.
Think Giants in the 80s. Fully coked up Lawrence Taylor.
I mean, they're going to be an excitingly volatile shit show.
Either they're going to be gloriously successful or glorious failures. Either way, it'll be glorious.
But, I mean, at least they'll have more personality than Seattle.
Dude, Seattle is
devoid of personality. They've got
on purpose, dude. Look,
yeah.
Pete Carroll's shtick is old, and the players are done hearing it.
Yeah,
his shtick doesn't work with players that are veterans. That's why he got rid of all the veterans. They were just tired of hearing Pete Carroll's shit. but that franchise, that dynasty died with that failure to the interception. It really did. You saw that team begin unraveling that moment.
Like when they panned to Richard Sherman, he's like, "Ugh."
That face, which is a meme now, that was the collective face of all the defenders who were that team.
And they turned on the team at that point.
Yeah, they did.
And then finally, Pete decided he'd had enough of it and traded them all away. Oh, well, wait, no. Earl Thomas has yet to report. I'm sorry.
He's trying so hard to become a Cowboy, and I don't know why.
Guess.
I think he's from Texas.
That's probably about it.
I think he's from Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Cam Chancellor retired.
Well, good for him, because he was falling apart.
Yeah. Richard Sherman signed with San Francisco.
And he's just coming for blown Achilles, and he's been getting burnt in practice.
Yep. Let's see, who else? Michael Bennett got traded to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for that, by the way.
Yep.
Because he's looking like he's fitting right in with that monstrous defensive line we have in Philly.
Yep. I mean, there's been a bunch of other guys that were sent out of town, but basically all of the personality.
Well, no, Shaquem Griffin is there. And
Shaquem Griffin, yeah.
He's a pretty good story. I mean, Shaquem Griffin's a kid that had amniotic band syndrome in his left hand, and so he doesn't have a left hand, right? It just ends at where his wrist would be. And the kid's a fucking monster in every other category, right? So how does he catch? So he catches. He's figured out how to catch a football using his hand and his bicep, so he can play defense and get interceptions and everything pretty damn well.
He's had to work hard for everything he's got.
He's worked hard. He was a feel-good story at first, but then you're looking at him actually in practice, and you're like, well, this kid's a fucking beast. So, I mean, of all the shit in Seattle, he's the lone feel-good story for that team if they don't manage to fuck it up, which...
Yeah, I mean, he's got a far superior work ethic to Rashad Penny.
I mean,
seriously, at least he showed up to training camp underweight.
Well, his brother's there, so...
Yeah.
The Griffin brothers.
Yeah.
They're twins, right? No, they're twins. They're twins. One just left early.
Huh?
Yeah, they're twins.
And then you also have Captain Osprey, who should be an Avenger.
Russell Wilson should not... Look, all right, Russell Wilson's corny as fuck, right? However,
He's the personality of this team.
Look, I mean, you can't... Russell Wilson is corny as fuck, but he is an exceptional athlete and an exceptional quarterback. He has done so much with so fucking little, to be honest with you.
He turns chicken shit into chicken salad.
He does. Now, his corniness notwithstanding, he's a hell of a player. And to be honest with you, I mean... I'd rather have him than Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott has him going, dude, that's corny as fuck. Like, compared to Dak Prescott, he's out of control.
I mean, seriously, at least Russell Wilson can complete a pass downfield.
Yes, Russell, without even looking.
Without even looking.
He just fucking jump and throw the motherfucker. And there's a touchdown.
Well, sometimes he has to jump and throw because he's not exactly the tallest NFL quarterback.
Still can't catch the motherfucker. I swear to God.
He's like a greased up, shaved cat.
People compare him to Tarkenton. I don't think that's fair.
No, not fair to Fran.
Not fair to him. Tarkenton is squirrely, but Tarkenton wasn't breaking tackles. Russell Wilson will break a fucking tackle. He's a strong dude. But really, they paid the fuck out of him, and it's his team now, right? They're no longer a defensive team, which I don't think is going to bode well for them going forward. They're not going to make the playoffs again. They're not. I mean, this young talent will come to fruition, but it won't be for a while. The Legion of Boom is done.
The Legion of Boom is dead.
Oh, and Byron Maxwell was there, and he got toasted.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
And then, speaking of toasty stuff, the desert's hot, but the Arizona Cardinals are not.
No.
No, they drafted Josh Rosen out of UCLA.
He could do some good things.
He might. He's going to understudy with Sam Bradford for a year.
So Sam Bradford's going to show him how to get knee injuries?
Pretty much. Maybe a shoulder injury.
Well, probably a little bit of both.
So, what's the under-over on him starting, week 7, week 8?
Bradford mysteriously vanished after week 1 last year, so I'm saying week 3 we'll see Rosen week 3.
You think so? Okay.
Look, Sam Bradford went out from Minnesota, played lights out for 1 game, and then vanished off the face of the earth.
That is a good...
With a mystery knee injury that required surgery.
Again.
Which we still don't have the full details on.
Maybe. Hey, and they're praying that David Johnson is healthy.
He's healthy. I mean,
stays healthy.
I don't know how effective he'll be. They don't really have a lot of talent, and it's a whole new scheme in there.
And a rookie coach.
Who I've
Steve
never heard
Wilkes.
of. Never heard of him.
Yeah. way too many other roster holes to realistically expect to be competitive this season. I mean, their defense is spotty.
They're bottom of the division.
Aside from Chandler Jones, I just don't see anything on defense.
Larry Fitzgerald is still there somehow, though.
Yeah, wasn't he drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals?
He might have been. He's been around forever.
And he's going to break a few NFL records this season.
Just by hanging out. Not saying that he's not a good receiver. He's a
good option in the flex if you're a fantasy player.
He's a goddamn all-pro in the entire career. Larry Fitzgerald, nothing but respect for that guy. Period.
Nothing.
I was hoping to God he was going to be an Eagle one day, but
I was hoping to God he'd be a Patriot one day.
Look,
but he wants to stay in Arizona.
Gotta love it. One, but two, the fact that he's still playing.
Yeah.
Now,
this is his 15th season.
As a receiver.
This
was going bald Ben Franklin with dreadlocks, Jerry Rice time frame here.
Yeah.
Where Jerry was falling off the face. Larry Fitzgerald is still very much a thing, and there's no replacement for him, which is the bad part.
No, there isn't. And once he retires, Arizona's going to be awful.
Yeah, totally awful. Unless they draft some players.
Yeah, well, I mean, it remains to be seen.
We'll know.
Maybe Rosen is the answer at quarterback.
Maybe. He could be. I mean,
it's not like they're the only other team in this division hedging their bets on a first-year starter.
So Garoppolo.
Jimmy G
in
got
San
paid.
Fran, he got paid for like half a season's work. Good efficiency on that.
He got a Brock Osweiler sample-sized paycheck.
Yeah.
But 7 games as a starter in the NFL. He hasn't lost yet. He will this season. And don't take this the wrong way. As a Brady supporter, it's not my job to shit all over Jimmy Garoppolo. I would love it if he had stayed in New England and eventually taken over from Tom Brady.
You got to pay the man.
But, yeah, I mean, you can't pay him $20 million to be a backup.
Tell you what, I blame Brady for that.
Well, you know what? If Tom Brady can still do what he does at his age, that's fine. But we're not talking about Tom Brady yet.
We'll get there.
I mean, San Francisco looks to be a team on the rise. They'll probably flirt with a wild card spot this year.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to figure out how to replace the production of Jerick McKinnon, who Teddy Bridgewatered his way into a season-ending injury.
So, speaking of Bridgewater, did you hear what the doctors had to say about his injury? Like, the surgeon who did the injury said it looked like a fucking war. Like, everything was blown out. There was like one thing holding that knee together.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah, but Jerick McKinnon in the last drill of the preseason, he tore his ACL.
But, okay.
And it was a non-contact drill.
Just, who else? Several players have had that happen to them.
Yeah.
They just plant and kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
And the knee just goes kaboom.
Yeah.
Bridgewater's was so gnarly, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there, and I got PTSD from it. Let's think about it.
But you got to admire John Lynch for the job he's done in such a short time.
As your GM? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done well.
Good Lord. He's fleeced the Bears.
He fleeced the Bears, who by the way, fleeced the Raiders.
So I guess that's karma balancing itself out.
No, it's just the Raiders being exceptionally stupid.
Oh, well, I mean, but the Bears are exceptionally stupid and giving up all that draft capital to move up one spot to get Trubisky.
Yes, that was a bad decision.
So, wait, they transferred from the Bay Area to Chicago back to the Bay Area, and then the Raiders going to take it to Vegas with them, I guess?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Because that's a sucker's bet.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we're coming for you, Oakland.
Yes. But the most exciting news out of the offseason was Jimmy Garoppolo dating a porn star. Kiara Mia, I think is her name.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I looked her up.
Well,
she's a pretty lady.
Yeah, I mean, if she was contracted to perform in such a manner, I'm sure she was.
Here's the thing, right?
She is.
Here's the thing, right? So this young man, essentially, I guess, went on a date with the woman he grew up spanking it to. Ah! Yeah, you got to live the dream, I guess, so to speak, right?
What mid-20-something guy wouldn't do that?
She's still a really good-looking lady,
She's still a great-looking woman.
And she was, pretty excited to be going on a date with Jimmy G. Yep. For whatever the circumstances. But the take machine about blew its clutches, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Look, the takes were so bad, the take police had to bring in at least 20 beat writers for fucking questioning, man. It was bad. Like, she's gonna be a distraction. What is he doing dating? Like, I don't recall Gronk going through this when he was dating porn stars. Do you?
Oh no, I don't.
Like, he was partying with the Playboy
Jones.
Mansion?
Yeah.
Like, I don't recall any of this happening for him. But Gronk's not a quarterback, I guess. So, look, all the power to Jimmy G on that one. Go ahead.
If I were Jimmy G, I'd have been totally doing that too.
You're a single man. You've got the means. You've got the exposure and the access to go and date these people. have fun, dude. Just be safe. The beat writers are going to be grumpy. These are the same assholes who couldn't stand that Riley fucking Curry was there.
Yeah.
In all her adorableness.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me as a dad.
And as much as I want to wish him the best in his personal life and everything else, is it going to translate to wins on the field?
Maybe.
Because
Tiger Woods was unstoppable when he's out there slinging all kinds of miscellaneous tail.
Yeah. Anonymous tail.
Anonymous, miscellaneous, scattered tail.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Jimmy G's living the dream.
He's living the teenage boy's dream.
Yes, he is. He really is. He is living his best life now.
He is living his best life right now.
I think, though, it's another year before the Niners get up into the Rams' face in this division.
This division's feast or famine, man.
This division, I think the Niners barely missed the playoffs.
Possibly. Maybe. We'll see how it all translates. Jimmy G looks like the real deal.
And we're still on the theme of new quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Pat Mahomes' experiment begins now. So, somehow the Chiefs were able to trick the Skins into trading for Alex Smith and getting a cornerback in return.
Jesus.
Thus begins the Pat Mahomes era in Kansas City, which Andy Reid will no doubt squander. And the fucking Chiefs, dude, had no business losing at home to the goddamn Titans.
Dude, seriously, the Titans are not a defensive juggernaut. I don't care if you take Travis Kelce out of the equation.
Which is what happened, because he got concussed.
Yeah, seriously, though, that is no excuse to gain 61 yards in the second half.
None. But not with the playmakers you had, man.
Like Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, how are you not making plays?
Because you're an Andy Reid coach team and your halftime adjustments are ass. So I think one of the best things about Andy Reid is that since he arrived in Kansas City, there's a fake Andy Reid.
No, with a barbecue menu.
Yes. So this guy looks like Andy Reid. He's got the same walrus mustache. He got the glasses. He looks like a shorter Andy Reid. And it's to the point to where he's actually been at the podium after a game because Andy Reid's actually got a really good sense of humor. And he acknowledged that this doppelganger is pretty funny, right? But I believe that fake Andy Reid would have better play calling in the second half of a game with his barbecue menu and everything.
Goddamn right he would.
Because, Andy Reid carries that giant play sheet around, but this fake Andy Reid carries a barbecue menu. And I believe with that barbecue menu, he can coach better in the second half than Andy Reid can.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Andy Reid, I don't know. I think he left all of his best play calling in the second half in Philly. But
it wasn't that great to begin with.
No, but at least he won.
Bro.
Well, he won in Philly. He's not winning.
He almost won the big one in Philly.
He got to 5 NFC Championship games.
He did.
You got to win in the playoffs to do that.
Yeah, you do.
So,
but in the biggest moments, he kind of came up short.
Yeah,
he's brought that to Kansas City with him.
Oh yeah, it's part of his legacy, man. You can always count on Andy Reid somehow going full Andy Reid and fucking it up.
I mean, despite how much talent is on this, although Tamba Hali's gone too.
Yep.
Their defense is going to regress.
The defense was terrible last year.
And it's going to get worse.
Yeah, it is.
So I figure, that leaves it open for somebody like the LA Chargers to swoop in and finally seize upon the fact that
the AFC West is terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so the Chargers. so what some of you don't know is that everyone's talking about how the attendance numbers in the NFL have gone down, right? What they won't tell you is that half of that is because of the Chargers. They left San Diego, a city that now hates them, to go to Los Angeles, a city who can give a fuck about them, to play in a soccer stadium that they can't even fucking fill.
Right,
which only holds 30,000 people. They went from
not even 28.
They went from 76,000 to 28,000, and they can't even fucking fill it, let alone fill it with their own fans.
Nope.
They're literally hiring Hollywood extras to pretend to be Chargers fans at their games.
Yeah, and
they're
sad.
Terrible.
It's sad.
They're terrible, but the team isn't bad. Like,
I mean, look at Joey Bosa on defense, and this team.
Melvin Ingram, and you got Marmalade on there, and
whole Marmalade.
But no one gives a fuck because no one wants to drive forever to that shitty ass soccer stadium to watch a team that they didn't even want in the first place.
And they're biding their time just to get into that beautiful stadium that Kroenke's building,
and where they'll be also irrelevant.
They'll be the Jets of the West Coast, basically.
Yeah.
Like the Jets are second fiddle in MetLife.
See, but the Jets are entertaining because they're so bad. Like there's people in New York who passionately care about the Jets. Shout out to Mr. Bolton. Congratulations on
congrats,
life,
bro.
on everything in life. But he's a diehard Jets fan, right?
Yeah,
we have fun with it. But there's no diehard Chargers fans in LA. Nobody, fucking LA can give a fuck about.
No, the diehard Chargers fans were in San Diego, and they're pissed off that the Chargers left.
They hate Spanos.
I mean, it's like telling me that I should be a Carolina Hurricanes fan after the Hartford Whalers left town.
Best jerseys ever.
Yes. Best theme song ever.
So bad, all of it, so bad.
It was so great, but the fact of the matter is, you ask a person in Hartford, Connecticut if they love the Carolina Hurricanes, say, bring that Stanley Cup they won in 06, we'll spit on it.
Nice. That's very, very petty. I love it.
And that's pretty much what would happen if the LA Chargers won the Lombardi Trophy and brought it to San Diego. That's the kind of vitriol you're dealing with.
No, that's, yeah.
I mean, outside of that, does anybody really care?
No, nobody.
And the sad part is that this is not a bad team.
No, they're
probably
not.
Win the AFC West.
They'll probably win the West. You know, they got to compete with the Rams, which somehow became the sexier choice right behind Laker and Clipper basketball, Kings hockey, Ducks hockey, Dodger and Angels baseball, USC and UCLA football and basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
the Rams are right there under all that.
Yeah, and not only that.
Then below that, you have anything on a Sunday other than football, and then
the Chargers.
So,
which is sad because the team that they really wanted wound up getting shafted, and then discovered a total level of insanity we have never even thought possible.
So, all right, you can't shaft yourself and consider getting shafted. They didn't get shafted. They totally shafted themselves. All right.
Well, I mean, no, I'm talking about the move to LA part, because LA wanted the Raiders.
And the Raiders were trying to go, but you're right. You know who? Jerry Jones blocked that.
Jerry Jones blocked the Raiders moving to LA.
Right, he blocked that because they don't like Davis. They didn't like Al. They don't like Mark.
Yeah, so they're going to move to Las Vegas. And what better way to generate hype for a move to Las Vegas with a brand new stadium that's going to be filled with tourists?
Yeah.
Because, like, seriously.
It's mostly transplants in Vegas.
Yeah.
And tourists. Everyone in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it makes a lot of sense until you think about it.
Until you actually think about it.
Exactly. So yeah, they're moving to Vegas, and they're generating excitement by bringing back John Gruden.
So, all right, hear me out. I have a theory on this.
Oh, for
God's sakes. I have a theory on this. So for those of us who've ever deployed or gone anywhere, you know that, like, right before you leave, your spouse inevitably starts a fight with you, right? It's to help ease the separation itself, right? Because if they're angry when you leave, they don't feel so bad when you leave. That's how it works, right? Your spouse will pick an arbitrary fight over nothing because they don't know how to express that they're going to miss you, right? So now with the hiring of Gruden and the shitting of the bed that they've done by trading Khalil Mack, cutting Martavius Bryant after trading assets for him, and trading more assets for A.J. McCarron to back up
Derek Carr, not to mention the glaring holes that presents. What they're doing is they're going to piss off L.A. and Oakland fans so much that they're going to say good riddance and not miss him at all when they go to Vegas. In all honesty, they're doing it for the fans. Do it for the fans. Do it for the city.
They're doing it for the city so the city can say goodbye a little easier.
If that's the plan, then Lloyd Christmas is a genius. I mean, Mark Davis is a genius.
Lloyd Christmas is way smarter than Mark Davis. He doesn't spend $500 on that haircut, so yeah.
I mean, seriously. And not only that, did Mark Davis ever live in Providence? No.
So
I mean, Lloyd Christmas was smart living on Federal Hill in Providence and not Federal Hill in Baltimore.
That's your boy. Baltimore. Oh man. So one other thing that I didn't mention about Baltimore. So we went to Edgar Allan Poe's house.
Yeah.
And his grave, like, the first day. Like, so they come in on, like, a Friday, and Saturday we were fucking hiking through Baltimore, right? So, now my sister-in-law had a Japanese book that all the tourist spots, and she didn't share any of the shit with my wife, so that my wife is super not happy about this. But she went to go see she's like, who the fuck is Edgar Allan Poe? My wife's Japanese. She doesn't fucking know American literature at all. She was
right.
So we ended up going to Edgar Allan Poe's house, which is in the middle of where I guess The Wire was filmed. Like, so all right, so we're walking through some of the less savory areas of Baltimore. I've got my 3 daughters with me, my wife, my sister-in-law from Japan, and her son, who doesn't really speak English. So I'm walking through. Now my back hurts. I need new shoes. I'm fucking tired. It's hot as fucking balls out here.
Yeah.
I'm not a happy camper, right? But the added part of this is, we're in the hood, so we're seeing some crazy shit. Now, I've seen crazy shit because I've grown up I'm from the hood, so I'm not really too worried about it, right? My family, however, is not. My sister-in-law and her son are certainly not. So they're way out of their element, right? So I'm like, so some shit pops off, they have no idea what to do.
So are they so far out of their element they're like Donnie and the Big Lebowski?
I've never seen that movie.
Damn it.
I know, right? But no, so we go through all this, and I'm like, all right, so if some shit pops off, I guess me and D1 will have to square up with whoever the fuck it is, and then the other fuckers will have to run, and I guess I'll just have to take that loss for the team because I'm not running. My back hurts. I guess this is what we're doing, right? But of course, nobody fucked with us. It was, everybody was cool. It was actually really polite. They were gentrifying, like they were building condos in the middle of all this. It was like you have the projects and then no shit, like the projects and then a condo, like two condos.
Oh yeah, they're
being
gentrifying
built.
the shit out of Baltimore.
And then like you just there's certain things you only see in the hood, like, hey look, a pile of human shit, and you're like, oh, someone took a shit there. Okay, that's cool, I guess. I mean, I walk from the metro to my office every day. I've seen people take shits because there's a bunch of homeless folks there.
Good lord, I've seen it outside of Fenway Park in Boston.
That's for a whole different reason, though. So
yeah, well, because Sox fans.
So totally different reason, though. But it was just really interesting. So you start talking about Federal Hill in Baltimore, and it just reminds me of that story of going through all that. We were walking from Poe's house, which is teeny, by the way. You couldn't fit in his house. His house is everything's small.
I'd hit my head on so many openings.
On the ceiling. It's like
I'd
tiny.
scrape my head on the ceiling.
Yeah,
wow.
It's really small. So we're walking back, and it's this young man, and he's either taking a dive or got busted in the head. So he's got a fresh fucking wound on his brow where someone hit him, and he's got a bottle of pills in his hand, shaking him and whatever, and he's asking for a cigarette. And of course, I'm like, I don't have any cigarettes, bro. And I keep it moving, and my wife is like dying to know what he asked me. And she's like, what did he ask you? I'm like, just keep fucking walking. We're trying to get back. My back hurts. It's fucking hot. I want to go home. Like, I don't want to be anywhere right now. I don't give a fuck if we're in Disneyland. I'd want to go home right now. And so she kept going. I was thinking like, now does he have the pills because he got busted in the head, or did he get busted in the head because he has the pills?
All right, yeah.
And is he looking for a cigarette because he just needs to sit down and chill out for a minute because he got busted in the head, or is he high and he's looking to chill and that's why he needs a cigarette? I went through like all these scenarios about why he might want a cigarette.
Oh my god!
And I was just thinking, it was just like it was I would say a walk down memory lane, right? Because Baltimore is a lot like Philly.
Yeah.
And it's the architecture and a lot of different things. But I was a little concerned for the people that were with me because they're not from that. They've never been in anything like that. Yeah. And I don't know if they would know how to react if their life was actually in any sort of danger. Like, I mean, I've had motherfuckers pull knives and shit on me. I've dealt with pistols. I've dealt with pistols at school, and like my family has no idea about any of those things. They have no experience dealing with those things, and I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
So
let's get back
quick
into
segue. Sorry. Woo. Either way.
Was it the thin air? Is that what it was? Because we're in Denver now.
No. Well, Denver. Case Keenum's in Denver. All 6'1" of them.
Yeah, like he does not fit the archetype that John Elway goes after when he seeks a quarterback.
Which is probably good because John Elway's been pretty shitty when it comes to picking quarterbacks.
No, I mean they just cut Paxton Lynch.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because he's terrible.
Yeah,
of course. I don't think
he couldn't stay healthy.
How are you not being healthy? You're not even playing. They can't even hit you in practice. How is he not healthy?
I know. I mean the shoulder never healed, and it's another wasted first rounder on a quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
Well, at the same time, I think any other team picks him up, almost any other team, and he becomes a thing.
Maybe.
He had some interesting tools. He just didn't have the right. John Elway sucks at anything other than actually playing quarterback.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? The defense is going to be better. They got Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
To go along with Von Miller.
Yeah, he's a good bookend to go up instead of Von Miller.
Man, it's going to be fun to watch.
But they're still going to be pretty shitty as a team.
I don't see them being 500.
No.
Maybe just below it.
Oh, by the way, did you know that John Elway complicated the Colin Kaepernick collusion case?
He complicated it.
Oh, yeah. He certainly violated the gag order and made some statements publicly they shouldn't have made. And, of course, Kaepernick's lawyers were like all over
that. Wow.
Yeah, it's not going to go well for the NFL. None of that. Kaepernick's case is simply getting stronger the more these motherfuckers talk.
That is just the biggest story of the offseason, and the punishments for anthem kneeling. I can't believe they would do that.
They took it off.
Yeah.
The union was like, you probably should talk to us about that first. And then they're like, what do you mean? And then they're like, okay, well. So they rescinded it, and they're going to sit down with the union to come up with a solution.
Well, that's good. Because, quite frankly, it's nonsense that they're even considering
You know what would be great, though, if everybody recognized
the reason why people are kneeling?
The whole brutality thing and address that. I mean,
no. Police are untouchable. They're infallible.
Whatever. All right, so...
Well, yeah, you know that my stance on the police is somewhere along the lines of an NWA song from 30 years ago.
Hey, man, that's what it is.
It is. So, the AFC East.
Woo! All right, I'm gonna let you have this one for the most part. I do have a couple points I want to make.
Yeah.
At the very end, but this is your squad, so you go ahead and. Why does your squad suck, man?
Well, Alex Guerrero's back on the team playing Parrott in the TB12 method. All that strife at the end of the year last year, and him getting revoked road traveling privileges. Alex Guerrero's back.
Does that mean that Belichick lost the power struggle?
I think it was just kind of a headbutting session between him and Tom Brady, and then Bob Kraft stepped in and said, "Guys, work it out. Come on. Okay. This is petty bullshit.
Okay.
It cost us a Super Bowl. Let's get on with it."
Maybe.
It sucks, though, because, hey, Tom Brady's happy. He and Gronkowski just signed incentive-laden extensions, which means that into a potential third decade, Tom Brady's going to play. Rob Gronkowski, I figure we got 2 more years of him, and then he's going to retire and go do movies in WWE.
I'm pretty sure he got 1 year. He's one good hit from fucking being done.
He probably is. Julian Edelman is suspended for 4 games. He's coming off of an ACL injury, which, we're all just not sure what we're going to get from him. And the receiver position is kind of thin in New England.
Well, he's also... because you just lost another receiver. He retired.
Decker.
Yeah, Eric Decker.
Eric Decker wasn't going to make the team.
No?
No. He wasn't. And you're going to see a lot more tight end or running backs in the passing game to mitigate until week 5 when Edelman comes back from his suspension. They retained 4 tight ends on the team. In addition to running backs like White and Sony Michel, the first rounder that they drafted out of Georgia. They cut Mike Gillislee.
Didn't he have a knee thing?
Michel? He did. He had a little bit of an injury issue, so he's a little questionable. James White's probably going to see more touches in the first couple of games.
They cut Gillislee.
They cut Gillislee.
Didn't they trade for him?
Yeah, last season. Yeah. Rex Burkhead is looking at...
Somehow still on the team.
Yeah, well, he performed well. Yeah. The defenses, though, that's what I'm excited about for this season. Between the additions of Danny Shelton and Adrian Claiborne on the D-line, they're going to get after it a little more aggressively than bend but don't break bullshit that Patricia took with him to Detroit.
So entirely to rain on your parade. Claiborne's stats are totally inflated by that Cowboys game, right?
I understand that, yes. But he's a better presence on the defensive line than we've had in recent years.
Okay.
The secondary looks still stout. You've got Stephon Gilmore, who now knows all the signals. Yeah, that was a big problem in the first few weeks in New England last season.
Both McCourty brothers there now, right?
Both McCourtys. Jason survived cut day. It was not certain that he was going to make the team until yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but so he's going to play like third or fourth quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you still got Patrick Chung and Devin McCourty in there. They traded Jordan Richards to Atlanta, which was a bit of a surprise for me. But okay, fine, whatever.
Okay.
But you know what? Hey, the thing I'm most excited about is that we got a blindside protector to replace Nate Solder, who left by a free agency to go to the Giants. They got Tom Brady some help. They got Trent Brown from the 49ers. And they hope he's able to recapture that Pro Bowl form that he had a couple of years ago. Because if so, he's going to be a huge steal. I think, you know what? Hey, it's going to be business as usual here in New England. 12-4, 6 wins in the division. Struggle to beat the other teams outside the division. I bet you the Vikings beat them on Sunday Night Football in November. But I'll bet you right now, we find a way to beat Pittsburgh on December 16th. Because Mike Tomlin's got his excuses ready.
I think I don't know, man. Pittsburgh's they may
whatever.
Win that one. But,
that's what I've got for New England.
All right, well, I'm gonna pour one out for you, buddy, because Played a good game. Team played a good game. So
Yeah. Hey.
Respect there.
Hey, much respect. You know what? You guys brought it.
Yeah.
It was a good Super Bowl.
And I'm glad that we played you guys, because if we had played the Jags and everyone would be saying, well, you guys played the Jags, so did you really win the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
you slayed the beast.
Like, you got the Patriots, like the team. So,
Yeah.
yeah, cool beans. So,
All right, let's get into the dumpster fires of this division.
This division's so fucking bad for so long. I'm so tired of these guys coughing up 5 wins to the Patriots every fucking year.
I know.
Say 5 and not 6 to Miami gets them in Miami every year for some reason.
Oh, okay, fine. No, we'll factor that in. So
No, I mean, Miami gets the one. That's their Super Bowl. Their Super Bowl is beating the Patriots.
in December in Miami.
Yes, that's their
Every year.
Every fucking year. And they're like, yay! But they do it every year.
And then they go out the next week and promptly shit the bed.
Yes, it's
Against the worst team than the Patriots.
Yes.
It usually is like the Cincinnati's or the Baltimores of the world.
Well, those teams are mediocre.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking
but
about
I'm talking about like they go out and they get their asses
like a
handed to
wounded
them.
Texans team. You
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah,
a
that
wounded
too.
Texans team. We will whoop their ass the next week.
Or the Chargers when they were bad.
Yeah, they were.
It's every year. Yeah.
But Buffalo, right?
Buffalo. Holy shit.
So they traded their best quarterback,
AJ
really,
McCarron.
to the Raiders for, I don't know, he's not their guy, I guess.
Well, Sean McDermott is. I'm convinced now. Sean McDermott wants the number 1 overall pick.
I'm actually thinking that he, for one, he was in Philly, right? Mm-hmm. He was a defensive coordinator under Jim Johnson when Jim Johnson was DC. He took over for Jim Johnson. He was terrible,
Right.
Because he tried to beat Jim Johnson without understanding what Jim Johnson was. The fact that he's head coaching again is interesting.
I think it's interesting because he still realistically believes he can win with Nathan Peterman at quarterback on opening day.
No. Well, I guess it's either him or the MAGA great value version of Carson Wentz.
Oh, Josh Allen?
With Josh Allen, who honestly, if you put him in a boat and had him throw the fucking ball, he'd still miss the ocean. The guy's got some huge accuracy issues, but he really
can throw the ball a country mile.
He throws the ball real far. Oh, and he's white, so of course they love him.
Yeah, of course. But that's probably what it is. I mean, obviously the goal of this season is to suck and to amass draft capital. I mean, you have to wonder if Sashi Brown or Sam Hinkie are running this team.
Trust the process.
Shut up.
No, I mean they're not going to be good.
No, they're going to probably be about 4-12.
And it has been stated that Shady McCoy hired goons to go rob his ex-girlfriend of jewelry he bought for her, of just those specific things.
No, wait, let me just drop that down to 2-14 now.
Thank you.
Because Shady's not playing.
Oh, but Richie Incognito's gone.
Oh,
Good.
No.
Yeah, he's got issues.
Yeah.
Really? Tell me a racist prick has issues? No, seriously.
No way.
He
developed those problems in Miami.
He's probably always had them. Since he was
Well,
good
I
at
mean,
football.
but they became known in Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, the Dolphins get Ryan Tannehill back this season.
So what?
Yeah, like enjoy your practice squad paycheck, jerkface.
Yeah, what an asshole. So
I mean, but we have to look at the fact that the defense probably got better when they lost Ndamukong Suh.
yeah, he's not a good presence as far as personality wise. He's a hell of a player though. But
He
he's
loved
not
those paychecks.
He likes. Who doesn't like paychecks? Shit. But I don't. This whole division, other than the Patriots, is really nothing of note in this entire division. I mean, the Bills are terrible. They made the playoffs for the first time in like 2 decades because of another team simply
Just not defending on 4th and 10.
simply not defending a game that was
I'm
theirs to
told
win.
I cannot mention that too often.
Yeah.
Well, she's a Ravens fan.
Well, that's her fault. We all make decisions. I've been an Eagles fan for a long time.
I've been a Patriots fan since the 80s. Let me tell you, it was tough.
It was tough in those Rich Kotite years, buddy.
Oh, good God. It was tough in those Rod Rust year.
Oh, God. Remember those last Andy Reid years? The Chip Kelly second and third year?
Dude, 1989 to 1993, tough.
Yeah.
The Pete Carroll New England years.
Nice. He did get y'all a Super Bowl, though.
Yes, he did.
So that's nice.
But
That
hey,
was
you know
promise.
what? So we've talked about Miami. I'm going to talk about the Jets real quick as a shout out to our boy David Bolton. I mean, I'm never sure what to make of this bunch. They can either they're going to suck hard, they're going to be mediocre. They're still probably a year or two away.
They've been a year or two away for the last 3 years.
But the thing is, Todd Bowles has them going in the right direction. They've got a good quarterback he looks like he's going to defy the mold of USC quarterbacks.
He could. He looks like a
He
good player.
definitely could.
He looks like a good player.
I mean, you've got a solid defensive unit.
Yeah.
And they finally got rid of Muhammad Wilkerson, so they got that monkey off their back.
Phrasing.
Boom. But, they're the Jets, and they write all the jokes from themselves. So, I mean...
It's hard to make fun of the Jets. They do a good job of it.
I think they're about a 7-9 team this season.
They're going to overachieve and fuck up the draft status, which they do every year.
You know what? That means they're just going to have the number 18 pick.
That's not as good as having the number 2 or 3 pick.
Oh, yeah, that's what got them Sam Darnold. But how much they had to give the Colts to get that pick?
There we go.
Yeah.
So they're hoping that he's their guy.
You know what? I think they finally found the answer.
We'll see. They got to put some in front of them though. So on to the NFC East.
Go ahead and gloat, my friend.
Home of the champions, the only division of football where all 4 teams have won at least one Super Bowl.
I don't care about the rest of the AFC East.
The NFC East is terrible, dude. AFC East is terrible, but the NFC East is the only division where all 4 teams have won.
And the only reason you care about that statistic is because the Eagles were the one that helped complete that sweep.
Yes.
So there.
The Eagles also completed the sweep of all 4 teams beating the shit out of the Vikings in the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
A lot of fun stats with the East here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of fun stats there.
Congratulations.
So we lost, of course, with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. There was a ton of players poached and coaches poached from either because they retired, like Brent Selleck just officially called it quits. He said in a very heartfelt message that he had offers, but he just never felt right putting on a different uniform. He said he's drafted as an Eagle, he won as an Eagle, he's going to go out on top as an Eagle, and I'm all right, cool. I totally get that.
Yeah,
it's for someone
do right by the city that's done by you.
Oh, and the Philadelphia fans love Brent Selleck. They absolutely love
they do.
Shit out of Brent Selleck. So it would be disheartening to see him like watching Dawkins in the Denver orange was heartbreaking. So he doesn't want to do that. He was there for that, by the way.
It's like watching Drew Bledsoe in a Buffalo Bills uniform or a Dallas Cowboys jersey.
So the issue of why the Eagles are going to suck right now is they're going to rush back Carson Wentz, and they should. They're going to jeopardize the long-term future of the franchise.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For winning a couple games because they've got such a hard on to get him back on the field because Nick Foles is a high-variance player. Right. So they're like, but Nick Foles won a Super Bowl MVP. Yes, he's totally capable of doing it. He's also totally capable of stinking it up, which is why he rotated, why he was traded to the Rams, released by the Rams, picked up by the Chiefs, and then back to Philadelphia where he's a backup quarterback. Nick Foles is an amazing quarterback sometimes. He is inconsistent. You don't get the game-to-game excellence.
Oh, he's always an amazing quarterback against a Matt Patricia defense.
Good thing he's in Detroit now, huh?
Thank God.
So they're gonna rush him back, and it's gonna put some future at risk. Also, after the Super Bowl, a fan was on camera eating horse shit.
No!
And that somehow came to define our first Super Bowl win and the entire city. So, to the mystery fan who ate horse shit.
The whole thing was horse shit.
So, to the mystery fan who ate horse shit off the ground, thank you for making us look like a bunch of horse shit eating fucking
assholes.
Weirdos. Yeah, I mean, we could take the asshole, but we were assholes, but we don't eat horse shit. I mean, that's not something I've ever seen anyone do, except that one asshole who actually ate horse shit.
Oh, but at least he has more self-worth and self-value than, Dallas.
Dallas fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still crying like...
Rico Gathers got popped for weed.
No.
Yeah, the tight end.
Hey, I got a joke. What do you call a drug ring in Dallas?
I don't know. What do you call a drug ring in Dallas?
A huddle.
It's funny because it's true.
It's been true since 1995.
They like their drugs down there.
Yeah, ever since Irvin got on the nose candy.
No. To be honest, to be fair, everybody was on the nose candy in the 80s and 90s, though. This is the drug of choice.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Lawrence Taylor snorted coke on the sideline.
Cokey monster.
But no, Dallas, the offensive line is falling apart. They've already got injuries mounting. They have no receivers to throw the ball to. Dak Prescott makes Russell Wilson look like he's out of fucking control. He's corny. He's not that good. I don't give a fuck what you guys think.
He is the new spokesman for Oikos.
Is he?
Yeah, well, after that whole thing with Cam and
they were better off going with Jamie Lee Curtis or somebody else. Why Dak Prescott? He's corny as fuck and he's a loser.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, he got picked in the 4th round for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
So they're not that good. Their defense has like one playmaker.
Sean Lee?
Two, because they have the defensive end. That's pretty good. I don't remember his name because I hate all the players.
Oh, it's not Coney Ely. They cut him.
No, not Coney Ely. He's actually a pretty good defensive end.
Randy Gregory.
Thank you. Yes, I think he might be facing suspension.
He might be.
Per tradition.
No, of course.
Tradition.
They
have no offensive line depth. They have no linebacker depth. They have no secondary depth. They have no receiver. Cole Beasley is your best receiver right now.
God damn.
But Dak Prescott's going to light it up,
Oh, yeah.
according to Dallas fans. So
Yeah, and Dez Bryant, too. Oh, wait, he don't play near no more.
Nope, Des Bryant's gone, still unsigned.
Still unsigned.
Cleveland offered him the veteran minimum. He told Cleveland to go eat a dick, which I'm okay with.
And the Patriots were widely expected to sign him, but they were like, yeah.
Nah, give it another couple weeks. Someone to sign him. I don't think
Someone
he's that
will
bad.
have need for a receiver.
I just the veteran minimum is kind of an insult to him, though. He's
is.
better
I
than
get
veteran
it, but
minimum. He's not like $100 million contract, but he's better than veteran.
Hey, they
minimum.
got Alan Hearns though. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And they cut Dan Bailey.
He has a back issue.
Yeah. Okay.
He shouldn't be playing for anybody anymore. The most accurate kicker ever.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but feel sorry for him, and you can't help but feel sorry for Alex Smith. He's going to D.C.
Well,
in a Caps town.
Well, it's DC's cap town now. No one gives a shit about the Foreskins or Pigskins or the Redhawks or whatever other name.
The D.C. professional football persons.
The Potomac Drainage Bases Indigenous persons.
The Douchington Foreskins.
The team that Dan Snyder owns.
Yeah, the team that Jay Gruden coaches.
The team that used to be good in the 90s.
Yeah, the 80s.
Early 90s, too.
Yeah, that too. The
Yeah.
team that Joe Gibbs won titles with.
The team that was so racist and made half their fan base Cowboys fans.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that team?
Yeah, that
All
team.
right,
Like Alex Smith is your quarterback this season.
And they paid the shit out of him.
Yeah, they did.
But they wouldn't pay Kirk Cousins.
They would not pay Kirk Cousins.
I love that Bruce Allen fucks his team up so bad. I love it.
Like, seriously, what is that? And Jordan Reed still has injury concerns.
Of course, he's Jordan Reed.
It pains me to say that.
No, you can count on him having 6 great plays and about, missing half the season due to injury.
He is the pride of Eastern Connecticut high school football.
Honestly, man, look, he's a good player. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he's the reason that people know that we have high school football in Eastern Connecticut. So
Eastern Connecticut. Oddly specific.
oddly specific. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It is what it
assume
is.
that there's high school football anywhere that there's high school.
But like good high school football.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the Giants, dude.
Dude, Odell got that massive contract.
He got paid.
I'm sure that'll help him ease the pain of that one time that Brandon knocked him out.
He was getting a little handsy.
Love it. Yeah. Tell him, Chris Tucker.
He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got paid. So he's happy now, at least until the next.
And according to Pat Shurmur, Eli has years left.
Pat Sherman's an idiot for saying that, but he's got to vouch for his boy. I get it.
But you know what? Hey, Saquon Barkley probably will extend Eli's career by another year or two.
Not looking forward to dealing with him. He looks like an absolute monster.
Oh, yeah?
So is he? The Eagles and Giants have always played tight games. I'm not looking.
It's like the Jets and the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but I don't. Look, I'm looking forward to watching them lose in terrible fashion at the last minute. I mean, really, those heartbreaking losses are the best losses.
Yeah, but all the shit we talk about Pat Shurmur.
Yeah.
He was the Browns coach for the year, and he was the Vikings offensive coordinator in that debacle in Philly.
He was the Eagles OC under Chip Kelly.
Not only that, you could say all of that about him, but he is still infinitely better than Ben McAdont. Oh, yeah, hey, yo, Mr. Mara, how you doing?
Who's still unemployed, by the way.
Well, I mean, no shit. Have you looked at him? Have you looked at his body of work, I should say?
He was a good OC for a minute on a team that was defensively.
Yeah, well, Maca don't hire him.
With a generational talent at receiver.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I mean, that's all the teams, bro.
That's really it. So all right, I'm gonna skip all the flirting with it. Who's in the big game this year?
I've got New England and LA.
I got a rematch in New England and Philly.
I mean, we're both homering the shit out of our picks, but
honestly, look, the AFC is a trash can fire with the exception of the Steelers and the Patriots. That's the only two teams.
And the only reason I put the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I know that they're down in talent this year. They're in Pittsburgh's head.
Well, the AFC is weak.
But that's the thing. The Patriots are in Pittsburgh's head.
Right. So the reason I have the Eagles going is because they got better during the offseason. And I see the NFC as being stacked. But I think ultimately is going to come down to the defensive line rotation and the play calling of Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
So I think that is I think that's where Philly has his edge.
I have Philly repeating as NFC East champs.
Yeah.
But you're playing on Wild Card Weekend and losing to Green Bay. Yeah. And then after that, the Rams rip their hearts out.
Well, it's good that the games are actually played by other people, huh?
Yeah, because if we speculated about that, there would be just some shitty hot takery.
Shitty takery.
Yeah, but I've got New England beating the Rams in the Super Bowl, 30-27.
Wow. Give them another field goal win, huh?
I mean, I would love for the Patriots to win like 41-17 or something like that, but we all know they play way too exciting Super Bowls, and I go into cardiac arrest. You saw it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So that should be it, man.
Yeah, well, all right. So, beer of the week.
All right, hand me one of those.
All right, sir.
Like it's still somewhat frosty. All right. This week's shitty beer is Yingling Golden Pilsner. I believe we may have already had this once.
I don't think we've had the Golden Pilsner.
Did we not have the Golden Pilsner?
We did not have the Golden Pilsner.
Maybe I've had the Golden Pilsner.
Right, and that's what you're thinking. Yeah, but let's try this out.
All right, well let's take it for a spin here. Let's see.
Tasty. This is definitely a game time beer. It has a very, it has a spicy taste to it. Not so much spicy, but
That's a good Pilsner.
It's not boring.
It's like if Miller Lite had a personality, it would taste like this.
If Coors Light, decided it was gonna go abroad and study art,
Go abroad, nice.
this would be it.
No, this is not a bad beer. It is
not.
a decent, good game time beer.
I could drink the heck out of it.
Yeah, I could drink these. It doesn't leave a nasty taste on your palate.
It doesn't bloat.
It's pretty clean. It doesn't bloat. It's better than basic Yingling.
Yes, it
Definitely better
is.
than regular Yingling. It's better than all their other attempts at beer. That IPL was the worst thing ever. But this is actually pretty good. So yeah, from Dirt in the Dork, this is a decent game time beer.
Yingling Golden Pilsner.
It's cheap enough to buy in mass. So go for it, man. Is it a party with hams?
It's not a party with hams.
But it's still good.
It is still good. So, all right, that wraps up our season preview. Obviously, we're both looking forward to our teams doing well. But other storylines, really quick. What are you looking forward to most seeing this season?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the Browns do something, man. I mean, not to do anything big, but just to win some games. I'm looking for Baker Mayfield to drag his dick across the AFC North and like maybe win a game or two they shouldn't win.
Okay. I mean, I will agree with that, and I would love to see it. There's a lot of personal milestones that can be accomplished this season.
Yep.
Drew Brees can break the passing yardage record.
Yep.
He will break the passing yard record unless he suffers like a career-ending injury in week 2. So, I mean, knock on wood real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing that on him.
I like Drew Brees. He's corny as shit, but I like him.
No. And then Larry Fitzgerald stands to break a ton of records. And
yep. He's by hanging around forever.
Yeah, but by being a productive receiver, too. He's coming off a 1,000-yard season.
We can look at the Cowboys going like 7-9.
Yeah, and you've got Tom Brady eclipsing the 70,000 passing yardage milestone, too.
Jeez, that guy.
He's just hung around for a long time.
Yeah, he's had some pretty decent seasons. So, I mean...
yeah, I mean, it's a far cry from the game manager he was in 2001.
You're right. He's come a long ways.
He has come a long way.
He's come a very long ways.
But, yeah, it's an exciting season. And despite all the politicking bullshit that goes on in the background, we are excited for football.
Yeah, why not, man?
That's what we do with our Sundays.
Yep. So, that's it, man. That's the show.
That is the show.
So, as usual, it's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun. Dirt Diggler.
And the Dork.
Out.
Out.